Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that correctly. Vegas Golden D Knights are back. And we got the hoodies. We got them in white, black, red, maroon, and one of my personal favorites, the sport gray. You can get your hoodies, you can cop your shirts, you can get the long sleeves are on back order, but you can cop yourself two versions of the shirt, the V-neck or the crew neck, and you got yourself the Vegas Golden D Knights hoodie in different colors as well. Make sure you cop yours today before they're gone for good. If you want to, go ahead and cop those shotguns and the Dave Anna W's, but your Vegas Golden D Knights are back, baby. Let's go. Cop your merch today to support them. Ew, what's up, Indie Nation? It's your boy Dave, and welcome to week 2 of the BBR, the Rejects Battle Royale. I am your coach of the Vegas Golden Team Knights. You already know, and you can cop this merch. Link in the description below. And you saw the beginning intro stuff that we do every week. So we're here, week 2. We had a great week 1, a 4-0 win. Should have been a 5-0 win. We would have had the number 2 win in the the second best win in the league if we went 5-0. But because Lanoon I decided to misclick, and you know, that's on me. It's on me. It's on me. I get that. But the Miami Mints are who we are taking on this week. Miami Mints, and they are coached by Ogilbina, Albina. You know, wishing nothing but the best in this. I'm sorry. They were a coach last season. I'm a new coach this season. We're in the same time zone. It's great. Don't have to weird scheduling because UK time zone. This is fantastic. But we are taking on after we're coming off a great win. I think that was a really good win. Get us feet wet. We're back in the home colors again. We go, colors are always at home. We go white when we go on the road. That's how we roll. Okay. We have our first. We'll wear the white hoodies next week for our matchup. But this week we're taking on the Miami Mints, who won their first matchup 6-0. This game was very hard to prep for. Me and Alpha sat here for a long time, really thinking about the 6 we want to bring. You guys can see the 6 that we're bringing here. But it was really hard to pick a 6, right? So I'm going to go into just a little description of why we brought what we brought. But I don't know how happy I am with what we brought. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with what we brought. I think this team wins. But this matchup is atrocious for us this week. And the reasoning why is we have made no transactions, so the same team that we've always had, the Lottie, Corv, Road and Wash, Excelgor, Aromatisse, Cursula, Golbat, Linoon, Polywrath, Stunfisk, Avalugg. Same team we roll with, right? The problem is, he has a very difficult team to deal with. He's very top heavy in this draft, with Celesteela, Latios, Cinderace, Blaze ability only, no Libero. Cinderace, Crocodile, Lantern, Licky, Crustle, Drifblim, Garbodor, Sheenotic, and Throw. Now, one of the first things that we were thinking of is that we have multiple mons that could sweep once something else dies, right? And like those Pokemon being like Corviknight and Aromatisse both could, right? Hold on, I gotta actually like Google this again because I don't want to mispronounce this name because it's a famous plague doctor, and I thought that was funny. So I need to get the pronunciation again. How do you say this? I feel like it's a Glockane, like with the accent mark. But I would like to know how to pronounce it. Can I get like a help? Get some help here? Wow, they really hate me. Anyway. Supposed to be a teammate. Anyway, you guys get it. I don't know how to say that name. It's fine though. So we have Woshu, our Rotom Wash. We're gonna kick things off. Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Toxic Protect. Very defensive. The thing is there's a Lantern, right? Lantern gets access to Water Absorb and Volt Absorb. What I think he's going to bring this matchup is Volt Absorb, actually. Just because Rotom Wash. Like, if you let me Volt Switch against your team, it's not helpful to you. Crocodile, Lantern, it's really bad. It's a really bad time for him because Rotom definitely hits a lot harder than Lantern does. Could be pretty bad. But we have lefties. We need to keep the HP up on Rotom. Rotom is very important to switch in. Helps us switch into Latios decently well, Steela decently well. It helps us switch into Cinderella decently well. But we really need it for the Latios this week. And we're running Max Fizz Def because of Cinderella. So how it goes. We could take Banded Power Ball extremely well. Banded High Jump Kick extremely well. It doesn't need to do. We can take 2 of them. We can throw off a Toxic as long as they like doesn't switch into Steela. That's free Toxics on this team. I guess Garbodor too, but that's free Toxics on this team. This matchup's so weird because it's like without the overall explanation of the team, it's hard to like give individual Pokemon. We ran a lot of defensive this week, like max defense, max HP because of Cinderace, and running Toxic so that we don't get stalled out by Lantern, essentially. So we get like Toxicate, Leftovers, Recovery, Protect. We might exchange some Toxics here and there, but I'm thinking Volt Switch is the play. I'm sorry, not Volt Switch. Volt Absorb is the play, so we can always just swap out, go right into something else to help take down that thing. Next up, we have Big Lugger. Avalugg, our heavy duty boots, sturdy is what we're rocking with this week. Rapid Spin, Body Press, Toxic, Protect. I'm sorry, Recover. You're gonna see a lot of Toxic and Recovery or Protect on this team. The HDB, the Tims as I like to call them. We have the Tims on this week because it helps a lot with switching in. So like if Crook comes in, sets up rocks, Crustle sets up rocks, Garbodor sets up spikes, Toxic Spikes, Heavy Booty Boots, say no. We have our free Sturdy still intact, have a free Rapid Spin, and potentially kill something with a Body Press depending on what we're looking at. So there's a lot of value in Avalugg this week. Avalugg is actually really important this week. We were thinking about running Avalanche for Latios, but we saw Toxic was probably the best bet because Lantern kind of bodies us at that point. So Toxic Recover is probably better. Hopefully Avalugg could stay around for a long time. We really need it to. If it doesn't stay alive, we are in kind of a little bit of a deep trouble. Again, a max HP, max defense set. I did lower the HP a tad bit, give myself 12. I think I like 252 made it weird, so we just just do the 8 in attack. Actually, I don't need the 8 in attack, no. Body Press doesn't do anything. We just go there. 12 in Spadef. I haven't put my team in the game yet, so you guys I can make changes still. So this is what we're rolling with. This Body Press is hitting like a truck. Like it's literally hitting super hard. I believe an Oko's a crook. Oko's the count Oko's crook. Oko's like licky, like does massive amounts of damage to Steela. So Body Press is our play this week. You're gonna see Body Press on like 2-3 different mons this week. We really need this Body Press to come through. With this high defense stat, it just really helps with dealing with things that and getting a lot of chip damage on things that we wouldn't be able to otherwise. I'm gonna call you Glockane. I don't know how to say this name. I'm just naming it Plague Doctor. I'm giving up. You are now Plague Doctor. We were trying to be creative. We were trying to be creative with it, but like I just Plague Doctor. That's it. That is your name. I like the shiny Aromatisse a little more. I like the stunting with the purple skirt and all that. I definitely think. No, screw that. We're going Masquerade. That's the name of you. How do you spell Masquerade? Masquerade. I think that's how you spell that. Masquerade. Masquerade. You love to see it. Yeah, Masquerade. I love like the mask, the dress. Like I just feel like that's just like that's too much of a flex, right? Like that's just how it rolls. That's how we roll with this. I spilled some coffee on my desk. Don't mind me getting a napkin. Clean that up real quick. But I think this is a great matchup for Masquerade. And Alpha thought the same thing. Alpha actually gave me this set that could actually run House depending on what we run. Draining Kiss, Thunderbolt, Trick Room, Nasty Plot. Weakness Policy. With this spread, we live a Heavy Slam. Now, I'm letting you know, if we're matched up 1v1 against a what's his face? Celesteela. This is exactly how I want this matchup to go, okay? So we want Aromatisse versus Celesteela, right? Heavy Slam does do a lot of damage. We can live it. We actually would get, if we get the nasty plot off before it Heavy Slams, we do 66 to 79. But with weakness policy, we murder it. The thing is that we have to get a Trick Room off before Steela comes in. We're minus speed. We're slower than everything else in the game. We can literally sweep. Latias dies. Cinderace dies. Crocodile dies. Like, things drop to this Pokemon. And nothing is underspeeding it. The only thing that has the like, nothing can underspeed it. Zero IVs, zero nothing. I'm the slowest thing in the game. This Pokemon is the slowest thing on the roster. In between both teams, aside from Avalugg. Avalug's like a speed, but this thing's slow. It's still slower than Avalugg right now. So, keep that in mind when we're running this. We can live. We have this is the spread. This little bit of defense actually helps us live a Heavy Slam if need be to pop the weakness policy. We could Thunderbolt. We could start draining, kissing, and getting our health back on other things. So, like, I think Cinderace, actually, if we get that off, we can get our HP back. It does half. It does kill me with a Power Ball, but I mean, at that point, we might as well just Thunderbolt. We have to be wary of Sucker Punch this game. I'm kind of interested to see how it goes. I'm hoping he doesn't bring Banded Race, because if he does, then we're in a really interesting predicament. But if he brings, like, Boots or Life Orb, like, we win. We win. we win 1v1s with certain Pokemon. But this set's kind of sauce. We want the real ideal plan is to get hit. It's not to get hit by the Heavy Slam. It was to get hit by the was it the Garbodor? I think it was to get hit by the Garbodor. I don't remember what it was. I'll have to ask Alpha. I'll double check before we battle. But we definitely want to get hit by something. We can live a Heavy Slam with this set. Obviously, depending on the spread. If he's very offensive, like, I'm calcing a, like, not very high in attacking, Heavy Slamming Steela. If this thing is putting the nonsense of everything into attack, then we die. So there's no purpose to running it. But we could. There's potential for us to live things. Just throwing that out there. Next up, we have CMC, our Blue Eyes White Privilege, our Latios, Draco Meteor Fire, Mystical Fire, Dragon Pulse, Baton Pass with choice specs. My question to you is, what switches into a Mystical Fire, right? Steela, hit. Latias does switch in pretty well. Cinderace still gets bopped by this thing. Like, why don't I just import the whole team so I can, like, give you guys the calcs? I don't know why I'm not doing that. Like, I literally sit here all the time and just run my calcs and never give you guys the reasoning behind the calcs. And I feel like that's more so what this team builder's for, right? So Steela, like, does half. It literally does half on spot for, and this is Spadef Steela, right? Max Spadef Steela. Like, Sassy Nature does half, 50% dead, right? Two shots it. Cinderace, Mystical Fire does 28 to 33. Latias doesn't want to switch in because it's a guaranteed Spatak drop, so we can potentially live a Draco Meteor after. Crook doesn't want to switch in too well to it. Like, Crook takes half. Lantern switches in okay to it, but then loses Spadef, so it's like it's in the same position, right? Licky switches okay. Like, the rest of this team doesn't want to take, like, he doesn't really want to take Mystical Fire, because the things that want to switch into a Fire type move don't want to lose Spatak, you know? Aside from Cinderace, who still gets bopped by things. So, literally, this whole purpose is drop a Draco on something, Mystical Fire. He doesn't have a Fairy type very well either. His Fairy type Shiinotic, and his switching is Steela. So, take with that information what you will. Like, I think this Pokemon's going to do great. I honestly just want to lead with it and drop a fucking Draco on something. Like, straight up. Just drop a Draco. I don't care what it is, what it's about, what its life is. Drop a Draco. Like, just drop a Draco. Like, Latios can outspeed me. Cinderace can definitely outspeed me. But that is it. Crocodile, if it's scarfed, may outspeed me. But this is crept for max speed Crook. That's the only thing we have to outspeed. Erase is going to outspeed me regardless. I'm not going to worry about the Latios speed time me. He can run it so that it's timid and maybe wants to speed creep something of mine. So we kind of, if that is the intent of him speed creeping, he's again going to be faster regardless because he's going to go for Linoon, who's base 100 instead of the base 92, which I outspeed with Crook, or that I crept for Crook, right? So either way, I feel like the Latios is going to be kind of an issue, but we have the answers to deal with it. In Masquerade, we have Woshu, like we have answers to this Pokemon, okay? Next we have, and especially this Pokemon coming up next, we have Clockwork, our Corbinite. This set is weird, and let me tell you why. So we have Mirror Armor for the Intimidate Crook, Aqua Berry for the Pyro Ball, Body Press, Bulk Up, Power Trip, Roost, right? We are max HP, max defense. This Body Press does a massive amount of damage to a lot of things, of course. Power Trip murders the two things that we couldn't hit before, which was Lottie and Drifblim. Shinotic kind of hard walls a set, but like it's Shinotic. I'm not too scared of it. Bulk Up, Roost. We want to keep our HP, but Bulk Up's there. We were going for Iron Defense, Body Press, but it didn't work because we couldn't run the weakness policy. So how we have to do this is we have to have, if we could get a Bulk Up off and then get hit by a Powerball and then get another Bulk Up off, the game's over. No questions asked. Like this Mon sweeps. This Mon straight up sweeps things. The biggest issue is if the Aqua Berry's here, we could take 2 banded Pyro Balls if I bulk up, if I have 2 bulk ups up. So I have to bulk up, switch in Pyro Ball me, Aqua Berry, bulk up on the same turn, Body Press, death, like kill. Then I gotta Roost on things. That's like at that point, Cinderace, I go in with Corbinite. Like nothing stops this thing from sweeping at this point. Latios may hurt with Mystical Fire, but like he would have to be specs in order for me to like drop hard. We can obviously set up a little bit. We can Roost up. It really is gonna be tough. He looks like he likes to bring Drifblim. I've seen Drifblim, Lantern, Crook, Cinderace, Latios, Steela. Didn't bring Licky or Crustle last game, or Garbodor, or Shinotic, or Throw. He seems to like those 6, so I kind of prepped well for that. So we'll see how this goes. But this Corviknight set can sweep if played correctly. And last but not least, we're bringing the debut of Polywrath. There's 3 debuts this week. We have our first 3 in Latios, Corv, and Rotom Wash all made their debuts last week. This is Polywrath, Avalugg, and Aromatisa's first game as well. So we're definitely getting around. We haven't brought Golbat or Excelgor to a match yet, but everybody else is getting minutes, so that's pretty cool. Liquidation, Darkest Lariat, Drain Punch, and Haze. Haze is there so we don't lose to, basically don't lose to Latios. Starts set up in my face, click the button, you know. Darkest Lariat actually OHKOs it, like taps it. If he switches in on like a attempt, like if I predict the switch in and I just click Darkest Lariat, it's gone. Liquidation hits Cinderace really well, Crocodile really well. Drain Punch, I can recover with get recovery from it. Water Absorb helps with the Lantern a slight bit, but there's nothing else for me to run on it. Like Swift Swim and Jamp, there's nothing I need. Water Absorb is just there for being Water Absorb. He's not really, like, I don't see why he would be inclined to click a Water type move. I just needed an ability on it. Max HP, max defense again. This Pokemon handles Cinderace, like, to the T. Let me tell you why, okay? So to the T, this Pokemon handles Cinderace. This Pokemon's only purpose on the draft plan was to be drafted to literally run, deal with Dracovish, right? Blaze does 29 to 35. This Choice Banded Adamant, 29 35 with a Pyro Ball, 43 to 50 with a high jump kick. I do 74 to 90 with a Liquidation. Like, he'd have to land 2 high jump kicks, and even then he dies because I just hit it with the Liquidation and 2 Rocky Helmet shots kill it. So he'd have to high jump kick me on there, and it's just not possible. And then like you turning out, he's gonna take damage. Celesteela hitting with Heavy Slam is gonna take damage. He has to run. I think he has to run Giga Drain this week. So like these 2 are gonna be there, but like we have CMC and Clockwork to deal with that. So I think this team is well built. I just have to play really well. I think we have a very bad matchup this week. It's a very interesting matchup to say the least. Not my best matchup. Last week was really good matchup for me. This matchup, like he had nothing for Cursula, nothing really for Corbinite. This week, he has some answers for both. It's gonna be a little tough. There's a reason he won 6-0 last week. So we just gotta play smart. Try to inch out a win, and I think we can do it. So That's your squad for this week. Those are your Vegas Golden Knights. That's the lineup for this week. Rotom Wash, Avalugg, Aromatisse, Latios, Corbinite, and Polywrath. Hopefully you guys liked the video. I'm very bad at describing things when I'm like when we go through prep and stuff, like I have a mindset and then I just forget to translate it straight to the team builder. But I like to go over my team again, remember what I have and why I have it, because I'm battling in an hour or two. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like button down below for such parts. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. It's the Nation from Davion. Go support your Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow against the Miami Mints. I'm out. Peace.